she done got started.
Throw her 2 cents in it. And then, yeah.
So I like y'all said about what y'all. I hope y'all not trying to be one of them hopeless niggas that think that everything gonna be alright if we run back to Africa. Baby, Africa is very ghetto.
You started.
You so did. So no face, no case. Hold on, I'm a better host than Jocelyn. Hold up. I'm a better host than Jocelyn. So we no case. We not messy Monday. We messy every day. We not messy Monday. We messy every damn day. No face, no case. So the subject is, will it be better if black people would have been segregated? Or would it be better if we had been integrated? So, but some people like to think we'd have been better off if we'd have been segregated. What do you think?
I think rich people need to go to jail.
Yeah, man, that was so racist. So are you trying to say that black people don't work? Oh my God, she probably didn't know it. You know what he's trying to say. Are you trying to say that black people don't work out?
No.
That's why we don't live long?
We paying $10 pants and ain't working out. No black folk don't work out.
So I'm going to take it off the subject. Y'all have fun. No, go ahead. Tell me about it. What you think about that segregation? And then look at the one that started. The one that started the shit, I'll be the first one to call the police. The one that started the shit, I was the first one to call the police. She done left out the building. She the one that started the whole damn shit. Come on back in, your shit started. Now what you think? For real, let me be serious. Well, actually, like on my page, I talked to like a couple of people from Africa, like just asking them because they follow my page. They just nice. And from what they be telling me, that ain't the move. You ain't getting no damn rights over there. Your car ain't your car. Like it's cute and everything. No, we're not talking about in Africa though. We're talking about if you're in the United States and it was segregated. If black people could be on their own as black people. Yeah, it's gonna force y'all. It's just like, yeah, that's really for the best because integration has not helped. What have we got? But how? How could black people possibly be on their own? Like just to say, if you got the KKK burning down wherever all the black people stay, because they gonna come for the black people. If it's all black people there, it's people we can't help in the world that you got ignorant, evil people. You might be just minding your own business, just like you see at these massage parlors, at these grocery stores, at these schools. People minding their own business, and these motherfuckers coming up in there just shooting up shit. Like, it should be like
integration was a good thing for the black people.
I feel like it was because it forced us to be more reliable and it forced us to focus more on our issues. Now we integrated and everybody want to worry about LGBTQ, stop the Asian hate. They can go to hell with that. I feel like just all those type of things. It forced us to really become conscious of our issues. And not only that, but it made us like cherish our relationships better. And not just man and woman, but mom and daughter, mom and son, father and son, brother and brother, sister and sister. It had us. You got to think about when all that happened. Niggas wasn't back in those days. Niggas wasn't really killing niggas. Niggas was coming together. It ain't no point in you killing me. We all finna go through the same struggle anyways. You know, I mean, so, but how you make up for having like right now we don't even have a lot of black doctors. We only have a handful of black doctors. So what you I mean, could we really as a race make it without other races? Like, is that possible? Like, yeah, it's possible.
Because I feel like you're gonna have no other choice.
Yeah, that's what I feel. And you actually, well, first of all, anything is possible. Think about the word impossible. Because even like with the white, hold on for a minute. Hold on, but even like with the white race, they gotta depend on China to make shit. And then trade.
That's because they choose to.
Exactly.
Y'all want to underpay Chinese workers.
Look at he get a jersey. Let it alone.
I'm gonna go to the store.
Okay, baby, buy me a soda while we talking.
No, Mom, you're going to the gym and you're gonna have a stomachache.
You can't say that on the podcast.
Yeah. Yes, I can.
We talking about segregation. We talking about sodas. It's not possible.
I wonder what white water tastes like that then.
Designing.
I'm
sure y'all. That takes a water gun all day. Nah, you put water in water gun and something all day and you real thirsty. So you drink.
Oh, no one did that. Did you do that, Lo?
What?
He drank out the water gun.
I hope he did. Yeah. He drank out the water hose.
I drank out the water gun.
Well, I feel like if you could drink out the water, yeah, but if you drink out the water hose, yeah, I feel like you have no shit. used to taste so
No
good.
sweet water.
That water holds water. When you be out there playing.
Why y'all getting off topic? We talking about segregation.
No,
Y'all
we
want to talk about
wasn't
water holes.
Water hose. What?
I'm gonna
Water
leave.
holds water. Okay, but back to what we were saying though. Can y'all
Y'all
really?
No, we never had a house.
Y'all drunk that water that come out down the street when they open up the fire thing.
He's a
What?
fire hydrant.
Yeah.
We still can't remember.
No, we
Y'all
never
ain't
had a
never
house.
played in the fire hydrant.
No, we didn't. We didn't have a house. We don't have a water hose.
I forgot y'all had creeks.
That nigga funny. That nigga tired. Y'all man, like y'all ain't getting no water.
Y'all children just don't come outside these days anyway.
Every children don't play.
Cause you
But don't bother the kids outside. They be outside till 10 o'clock at night. You can ask them.
Right,
I'm gonna leave.
barefoot.
It was cute.
No, but we was on the subject though, and I would like to hear different opinions. But y'all opinions, I do value y'all opinions. I just wonder will it work. I just feel like every race still gonna have to depend on some other race for something.
I think that's fine, but I mean, like, we can't. I wouldn't say depend. Maybe rely with certain things, which is still the same thing. But I don't think so. I mean, like, it just depends. I don't think we have to rely on it too much, because to me, that's the problem and why they gonna keep on shooting niggas in the head in the streets with these cops. Because to me, I feel like it's not all about marching with black people and how we gonna solve our problems. How we gonna solve our problems, like, I'm gonna spit some facts on here too. I'm like, we joke and play a lot. But you know that major corporations like Macy's, any like places like Macy's, J.C. Penney's, you know, those high value places that we like to shop at, like Sears, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know they make like they make like $1 billion doing like 2 months. And that the last 2 months of the year, that is November and Thanksgiving and New Year's. And I feel like to me, if we really like try to make a statement to these people that it's not cool and for them to really start treating us better, we gotta really hit them where they pockets were. Cause money is a universal language, and everybody gonna understand money. That's money this has been like even from the beginning of time. This is why agriculture became like a big part of civilization. Because that's the main part. Because I can't focus on anything else until I figure out how I'm gonna eat. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Eating and just like making money, that goes hand in hand, because that all goes into how you eat. So I feel like it is possible, but we just gonna have to really like pool our resources together, because that's what they do. That's what they do. They pooling their resources together. Why do you think the Cubans, like I said, why they have a lockdown and was able to flip them votes, and why Trump won that? Because they been doing this, Mom. They was able to pool their resources together, have their own little communities, make it known that that's their communities. Not vulnerable communities. Black communities are too vulnerable. You can easily go up in a little rim shack and turn it into something that's just too vulnerable. You don't have people, it's not around anything that's significant unless a church. So that's how I feel like in general, like, it can happen. It's just, you got to pull your resources together. Because like Justin said, you ain't going to have no choice. Who's to say this may happen when we're adults, but let's just say we have children. We're still going to have to learn to rely on ourselves at the end of the day. So engineers, all that is going to have to come together. And two, if we do integration, it needs to be vertical integration. Vertical integration for a reason. Because it's in a straight line to where you're going to get it at. But vertical integration, think of the significance of vertical integration. Vertical integration is just you focusing on your own. It's not like the regular integration where everybody is included, when they like to say minorities, ethnic, all the like people of color, that's BS. Because to me, it's the difference between being black and being a person of color. When you start putting terms on that too, like persons of color, ethnic, and minorities, what they do, they already delaying and like showing us that our issues don't matter. They trying to group our issues with other people's issues. Our issues will never be their issues. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what nobody says. They just now, everybody now, they just now fearing that this can happen to them. But this done been happening to us for years and years and years, and even before you was born, and even before Granny was born. So that's the type of thing that I'm talking about too. But like vertical integration is making sure that your people straight. It's the reason why it's called vertical, because it's a straight line. Make sure your people straight, make sure home straight before you try to make sure everybody else straight. If we do the regular integration way, everybody's gonna benefit off what rights were originally ours.
Now, what you were saying about the Asians earlier?
Well, too, with them, it's like they have came over and they have started like recently, like they've been in this country as far as like populating immigrants here since the 60s and the 70s. And yet that's not too long for their people to be on top the way they have. Also, too, you're a business owner. Did you know that they would qualify for the small business loan more than you will, and you're black? And the ironic part is, the small business loan was made off the premise for black people. But they done dominated that because it's more Asians that have a little more sense to start more businesses than black people. I said they smart too because they know how to come into environments, the vulnerable environments. The black environments are the easiest environments to come into and flip.
So why black people can't come into their own environment and flip it?
Of course they can, but they gotta weigh the competitive advantages of that. You gotta look at where you at, the type of people you're around, the relative income that's like coming into that neighborhood.
I just feel like it's harder for black people too, because the people from different countries automatically, kind of qualify for a loan.
Nah, man. I'm like, the loan is one thing, but I feel like this is two. Don't nobody know your hood better than your hood. Don't nobody know your area better than your area. That's what the advantage we have over there.
Okay, now number one, let me chime in. Because when the queen talks, everyone be quiet.
Come on, I think about it. Like, if they...
Hush. No back talk, okay? First of all, do you think... Oh, yeah, turn it off. Mute it.
Yeah, you might as well mute it because it's serious.
So, do you really think that white people put loans for black people so they can get ahead? No. No, ma'am.
That's what I think the issue is too.
But
the loans
really
are not.
goes,
they're not for us.
But mind you, they'll give us a $50,000 loan to go to college. Why?
Yeah, like
to
you
work
said,
for the white man.
But that goes back to the issue now. See, this does shift
To
it
be
off
in debt.
too. So now it makes us even realizing, y'all want to be rappers, take your black selves and be in these CDC firms and help with the loans, because that's all it depends on. That's all it depends on. And they, too, I mean, like, in order to get them loans,
They're not going to let black people
They not going to,
government.
let me explain why, because I read this before. They're going to want you to have a certain amount of capital and surplus capital. And they know not too many of us obtaining that and getting that. Hell, some of us are barely, like,
because
justice.
first of all, you've been talking for 10 minutes.
Let me finish it. They know that's kind of already impossible for us because capital. How many of us are going to have wealth that is already inherited? That's very few. It's like on some 5% type of stuff. You got to have capital plus surplus capital. So credentials.
So explain to the audience what surplus capital is.
Basically, like, credentials to make sure that you have what you have. Capital is like amassing the wealth. And, like, it's just they try to make sure you own stuff as well, too. Owning stuff plus your background that's being inherited, because that's what it is with all with wealth, with how they keep it in, from you producing off the fruits of other people, if that makes sense, for you reaping the fruits off other people. So that's what it's all about too. That's what I said, it's an economic thing. Niggas want to worry about, that's the problem. Y'all want to sit there and think that voting for Joe or anybody else is going to help with our problems. No, hit these people with their money, and I promise you they'll start listening. Money is a universal language. Everybody going to agree to that. If I can't eat, I'm going to lose my mind. Everybody is going to agree to that. That is a universal thing. White, black, white, Chinese, Latino, we all agreeing to money. So that's what it all needs to be to. Come on, this is the reason why Elijah Muhammad, think about what he did to the Muslims. He told them, and they actually did, and it was successful for a little while. Them niggas put $1 into that. Because what he did with that $22 million, they actually bought land. You buy land for your people. Because that's what it's all about. You buy land and put your
But you
people
been talking
on.
too much, so it's time for me to talk.
Despite that though, but the nigga was on point with what he was doing for the people, and he's saying the same stuff that I'm saying basically too. Put money into your own people instead of in their pockets.
What I'm gonna say is America is designed for white people to be on top. Let's just say we're gonna say that white people are like the guys and we're like the peons.
So she said it
Basically.
simpler, so I'm gonna say it in Hyman terms. America was made off the confines of a white patriarchal capitalistic society, which means it's gonna benefit the whites.
And actually,
men.
racism actually benefits white people more. That's why they don't really be caring about
And
racism.
it benefits them on an economic level as well. And most, like, for real, most of these colleges that got started up was off the confines of slavery. Howard, named after slave, after general. So that's what I'm saying. Oh yeah, it benefits you. This was deeper than just like black and white thing. This a money thing. This a way of life. Our ignorance enriches their pockets. It ensures their wealth, if that makes sense. Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, that makes sense with anything though. Anybody ignorance.
Yeah, but solely with ours.
Anyway, what I was gonna say. Now you made me forget what I was gonna say. Cause you just
I'm still skeptical, but I would love to hear others' opinions on it. About segregation. Do they think it was better, or because I still feel like at some point you still gonna have to lean on somebody
I don't
else.
believe in that, because really,
Bro, that's what I said. Like,
I don't feel like it's nothing black people can't do.
exactly.
Really. I just really don't feel like we can do the same thing Chinese people can do.
I feel like just
Y'all just underpay people. That's why they choose people from different countries.
Now I'm
and
glad
stuff.
you said that because I do feel like we can do anything. I do feel like
Cause
that.
I feel like if you can go up there and dunk on a basketball, I feel like you can get in a factory and make stuff.
Bro, we done dunked in basketballs, entertainers, doctors. We done had people start their own magazine lines with us, Jet, Essence. We done had a doctor that did their twins. So it is very much possible. Oh wait, impossible. Break down that word. Impossible.
Having
It's
a-
very possible.
So having a concept
So
of
impossible means what again?
Impossible. Break
so
that down.
what you
bro.
have the concept of I need my slave master. Basically.
I just
That's what you're
Post-traumatic
trying to say.
slave syndrome. Or
I'm just
no,
saying,
Stockholm syndrome.
that's my opinion. I just feel like you still have to ask for help one way or another from out the race. Not saying that black people can't do it over time,
Okay.
but I still feel like you still just go.
I mean, what are we gonna do? We don't have any allies.
I just-
Asian people don't like us. Mexicans don't like us.
I just feel like
Indians don't like
as
us.
much
So
as
let's-
this one be
let's-
talking, she's making perfect sense. Like we're actually
So, but we're
agreeing
not
on
gonna
this.
say that. Asians don't like us and Mexicans don't like us.
Nah, that's just
we
real.
can say some of them. We can make
There's
it say,
literally signs in China that says no blacks allowed.
yeah, but
Literally.
all Asians are not racist.
But I'm not standing with you. I'm sorry. If you're not black, I can't stand with you.
All
Sorry.
Chastity, you
I'm
come
not
in.
standing with you.
You come in.
Chastity,
respond.
throw it back.
But what I'm saying is this, because I don't want people to think that this is a hate podcast.
This is not a hate podcast, but I'm not standing with them folks. Please.
That's the thing what they saying, but they practice this, so why can't niggas practice it? Asian people, they
Literally,
gonna rock
this
with
is the
their
problem.
own. They rock with their own.
So what's
Why-
wrong with rocking with your own and still saying I rock with y'all, but I don't hate these other people either?
Because
You never
over
said we
time,
hated
wait,
those people.
because over time we have lost sight of that, and we keep on intermixing, and it's not really benefiting us.
No.
We keep on getting in rights and organizations with them, and we get the leftover scraps. Yet they finna be trending on Twitter about stop the Asian hate. They sitting there trending on Twitter. Everybody else is going to get their stuff, and all they do is just undermine black issues time and time again, and it gets old. So for once, focus on what's in your home instead of going out trying to focus on what's everybody else's home.
Yeah, we still on no face.
That's
no
the problem.
case.
We done lost sight for the Black Lives Matter movement and done turned into LGBTQ. Now, how the hell we gonna worry about gay rights and we still basically can't get over civil rights, basic human rights? Now, how does that work? But we just because we want to integrate and we want to play the Rainbow League, like this is just all no colors matter and love is love. That's great. Martin Luther King was right about that. Too bad Martin Luther King letting y'all know it's gonna always be seen that way. I don't.
You gotta preach, Corella.
I'm trying to get to talk to my cousin. Keep on trying to say I'm an Asian hater.
You're not an Asian hate. You just got common sense, and it's funny because that's how I
Man,
know.
I'm not sticking up for the folks. I'm sorry.
That's how I know you're gonna do something great in life, despite the foolishness you said. Cause nigga, you speaking with justice for your own. Stick out for your own, cause you already know they don't like us. Arabians don't like man. One of my followers
But
is
that's
telling me
not
that.
true though. Y'all can't speak for a whole race.
It's not
That's
speaking
all
for a
I'm saying
whole
is
race,
being
but at
realistic.
the end of the day,
But
who
look
they
at it like
choosing? They ain't finna be like niggas that have their hand
Oh
out
my
all the
God.
time. I'm sorry, Justice. You can speak. I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead.
Because every time you keep making me forget what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Okay, so look at it like this: a person can like black people and still be racist. Literally,
Yeah.
a person can say, "Oh, I love your blonde hair." Oh, but you're a nigger.
Yeah, like you said, it still be prejudiced and have like
They don't have to. It's like how she said, it's levels to racism. Some people might not be as racist as Donald Trump. Some people might be like Joe Biden. You feel me? Just because they don't, oh, go die, nigger. That don't mean they're not racist. I mean, hello. Them folks be racist, okay? I think a lot of them got a little prejudice in them. How you doing?
I just think
Okay.
regardless of us relying on each other in that, they are going to always have more of a stronger loyalty to their race.
I don't
how
think
you were
Chinese be
saying,
white people.
This
I'm
is a good
sorry.
example. Like
And
how
they
you
probably
said,
do. I don't doubt that. I don't
that's
doubt
gonna
that
always
people.
be their root to the loyalty of their race. So why can't we have that? 'Cause to
I
me-
don't doubt that people are going to be more loyal to their race. I don't doubt that at all. People are more loyal to their family members or who come out their home or whatever. I don't doubt that. But it's a good conversation. And at the end, I just still want y'all to know that everybody is not racist though. in spite of what's going on in the world.
I know everybody's not
You know.
racist, and I'm like, it's some cool, dope people out there regardless of all colors. But let's be honest, in the world that we live in, sadly, that stuff is going to matter. And the sad part is, at the end of the day, it's gonna always be that.
Man, most people
difference.
racist. I don't care what nobody's saying.
I don't think most of the racists, but I mean like,
Probably a good percentage of the population.
I wouldn't
A
say
lot.
that. I would say a good
A
percentage.
lot of races have histories of making us slaves. And almost every race has a history of making us slaves. You're not my friend. I don't care what nobody says. And if an Asian person had to save you, the black race or their race, they're saving their own race. And I don't blame them.
Yeah,
How you doing?
we agree to that. That people are probably more loyal to their own race.
Yeah, but I'm not fighting for them.
Maybe it shouldn't be no more
They gotta
integration
fuck
because
themselves.
the more we keep on having it, the more we keep on losing sight. And then there's problems too.
See,
because,
that's the problem when you put POC with black people. We're
Mhm.
not the same. We are
and
not
that's the
same.
problem. What works
What's
for one group.
POC?
People of color like Asians,
That's what,
Mexicans,
bro. That's what I was
basically.
just telling her. She's gonna play it back. I told her when you sit there and use people of color, minorities, ethnic groups, you already. That's just code
Because
for black
all them folks
people.
feel like they superior.
Yeah, that's code for black people. But here they are. They want to sit there and try to make other people's struggles seem like we can all just come together as like the black wagon, like they all gotta ride our wave. That's not the case. People of color. No, people of color is not associated with us. Black is black. Like, yeah, we're in that category, but no, we in our own category. We have our own separate problems. Now, you tell me what other race doesn't have their own separate problems like how you do. You tell me are the Asians going in the streets killing each other. You tell me are the Asians or even any other race that suffer like how we are. And you tell me are they, let me just ask this too. We the only kind of people that really refer to ourselves as niggas. You ain't finna see Mexicans say wetbacks or essays to each other. You're not finna see Asians say Asians to each other. So that says a lot about how we think of ourselves.
I like the word nigga.
Oh, I like the word nigga too, because I know where it comes from.
I don't like nigger, but if you
I
my
like it
nigga,
all. Nigger,
if you
cool
my
skin,
nigga,
moon cricket, freelance honey badger,
Hold
call
on.
me anything. Call
if
me
you my
everything.
nigga, you my nigga. Period.
I'm just
That's
saying.
like me.
And fuck them other niggas, I ride for my nigga. So
Yeah, I'm like, we made it cool and stuff, but I'm just saying that ain't finna be the mood. That's their issue. It ain't no such thing as integration because that's finna be enough BS as it is. That's the problem. We can't worry about what's going on with our race. We want to sit there and try to collaborate with other people. And then when they get ahead, let me know that they look out for the black people. Come on now, Joe. Joe got in office talking all that stuff. Joe gave us the money. That's all he came through for black folks. But here he is parading and doing everything in his power for LGBTQ communities. And it was a good portion of the niggas that got him in office. Because damn sure wasn't those other people. They was voting hard for Trump. It was a tie. So this is what I mean by no. I still like Joe. Joe's still my nigga though. Yeah, he helped
My
me out.
cracker. He's still my
helped me
cracker.
out. Joe, all of them. They still
No,
my
but that's why we
brothers.
shouldn't be. That's why we shouldn't be integrated. That's what's the topic.
That's all.
well, this has been a very good topic, and I want to do a part 2, but with different opinions and different people on the board. So we are gonna come back with a part 2 to
No,
this shit.
no.
Cause this shit right
You must be
here
going to the
is
jail.
interesting. So no
Yeah.
face, no case.
He's not going to the
Holla
jail.
back.
What happened? How you know he ain't